Hey everyone, it's Dave. It's that time of year again to think about a seasonal tire swap. So today I'm going to put my winter tires on my 2012 Kia Sorento. You're watching Dave's Auto DIY. So the first thing you're going to do is park your car somewhere nice and flat. Leave the tires straight and put on your parking brake. Before you lift the front of the vehicle off the ground, I highly recommend you loosen the lug nuts on the front. You can use the tool from the trunk of your car. I have a breaker bar. I've got the locking key out of the glove box for the one lug that has got the special bolt or nut, and I'll loosen that one. If you don't loosen these before you lift the car, it'll be difficult because the wheel will tend to spin as you try to loosen the nuts. You can get your jack out of the trunk of the car and position it under the frame rail where there's a couple of notches there to show there's a reinforced section. And if you're doing it with the jack that comes with the car, you set it up on the rail and you use the two pieces of tool to spin the jack and lift the wheel off the ground. Now I'm not going to use the jack from the trunk. That's a little bit extra. And since I have a hydraulic jack, I'm going to use that to lift up the car.
So with the wheel off the ground, you can finish removing those lugs and lift the wheel off.
I'm going to lift the wheel off. Now the wheel I'm taking off is not a directional wheel. So when I put it back on in the spring, I will move this one to the back on the same side, and I'll move the one from the back to the opposite corner to rotate them. If this was a directional wheel, like the winter wheels I'm putting on, then I could only move them front to back. But to remember for next spring which one this was, I have to mark this one that this is the left front so that I know which one to put it on when I come back in the spring. Now these are called hub-centric wheels. The hole in the middle of the wheel is the same size as the little lip on the hub, so I don't have to worry. But many aftermarket wheels have a centering ring that would go in there, a little plastic or sometimes metal centering ring. And you have to make sure that they come off with the tire. I've made that mistake many times. I won't on this one because there are no hub-centric rings, but if you have plastic hub-centric rings, make sure they come off with the tire and they don't stay on the hub, or you'll never get your new tire torqued on properly.
Always start the lug nuts by hand. Don't use a power tool or you risk cross-threading the nuts. Put them on hand tight. Once you get them on hand tight, you can lower the car back to the ground. You can use the lug wrench in the trunk of your car to tighten up the lug nuts, but better yet, use a torque wrench. Either way though, make sure you do it in a star pattern. Go around, crisscross around the wheel to make sure the nuts are going on evenly. If you're using a torque wrench, the torque spec is between 65 and 79 foot-pounds.
The rear is the same. There's a couple notches there in the frame rail that you use as the reinforced part to jack up the car. Only difference is you don't have to loosen the lugs before you lift it up. If you just set the parking brake, the rear wheel won't spin when you try to loosen them. Same thing as the front. I'll just put all the lug nuts on hand tight to start. And then torque it back up to 65 to 79 foot-pounds. And then in about a week or 400 kilometers later, come back and just make sure your lugs are all tight. Tighten them up one more time, just in case something's got loose.
And before driving too far, check that the tires are inflated to the proper inflation pressure as noted in the door jamb.
So that's it. I'm glad I got my winter tires on a nice day before the snow flies. So I hope you learned something. I hope you hit subscribe, and I hope to see you next time on Dave's Auto DIY.